Hey there, this is John Hinkle with ArbitrageProfitSpy.com. Today I'll be going over the new version of ProfitSpy 1.7, which is one of the most comprehensive and robust versions of ProfitSpy to date that you'll never get to see. What I mean by that is we've completed a lot of internal improvements to the software, or what I'd like to call under the hood adjustments. Freezing scrapers and early stoppages of the scrapers are now a thing of the past. All ProfitSpy scrapers are running at 100% with both speed and stability enhancements. So let's get started. First off, I want to note that the lost password function right here is back on track. For those who have lost your password in the past, you've had to go through the help desk in order to get it reset. But now you can simply do it yourself like God intended. All right, so let's log in here and go to the next upgrade. So like I said before, the core improvements to version 1.7 are all internal. So I'm going to go over that real quick. So all scrapers will run without freezing and stopping. Now, with that being said, we've set a limitation of 100 pages to be scraped at a time. There's many reasons for that. The main reason is if you're scraping and you're continually going to page 100, 200, 300, 400, and so on and so forth, you're going to scrape anywhere from 600 to 1,500 products, okay? That is way too many products at a time that you're going to be able to handle. It's also like swatting a fly with a bazooka. It's just way too much, as well as takes up an immense amount of server resources for no reason. So what we've done is every single category that you scrape will go from, page 1 to 100. Once it's hit 100, it'll stop. Now, you can scrape from 100 to 200 on the next run, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, so on and so forth, if you want to scrape an entire category all the way through to the end. Secondly, and pay attention to this one, you can queue your items. So for example, this is the demo right now. There's 3 active scrapers at one time, so this is essentially the same as a secret spy plan. But if I were to start this, health and baby care, and I wanted to start maybe health and baby care on page 200 to, 100 to 200, I would add arbitrage, and let me show you real quick. I would hit save and start scraping once this is all filled out and complete. Okay, now what it's going to do is the loader is going to go and spin, and then it's going to say that it's unable to initialize the scraper. However, that scraper is in queue, meaning when this one stops, the next one is automatically going to start. So just know you have a queue. So you can load up 2, 3. I wouldn't advise more than like 3 or 4 in the queue at a time. You're just going to bog up the system. So, 2 or 3 at a time in the queue. So if you do have to go somewhere and you want to just load up a few categories and let it run one after another, that's fine. You can do that. So the only difference now between the unlimited scraping and the scraping now is that it's going to be queued and it's going to be divided into 100-page increments. This way, again, everybody's happy. All the scrapers are running smoothly. There's no downtime on the server. One person isn't hogging all the resources, so on and so forth. Okay, so again, scrapers will be running in 100-page increments. Now I'm going to show you again how to scrape from any page within any category. I've already covered this once within the troubleshooting video that is in the on the demo page and the training page. However, for those who have not viewed it, you can scrape any page that you want at any given time. You may not always want to scrape the first 100 pages because some of the other users may be doing that, or other drop shippers may be doing that. So you may want to start at page 250 and then scrape to 350, all right, to get some of those items that the typical seller doesn't find. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that right now. Okay, so we'll start at Amazon. Pick a master category, beauty, then a main category like skincare. Okay, and then we can go into subcategories here if we want to. For this purpose, we see grid listings of products, which means that we can scrape the page. I want to go here to the bottom, choose page 3 or 2, doesn't really matter. Then we're going to copy the URL, and we're going to add arbitrage. Okay, we'll go see, skincare 100, and paste that in. Okay, so here at the very end, you'll see page 3. You're simply going to change that to 100, and this right here, page 3 to 100. You paste that in here. You'll see, you can tell, you scroll down here, we're on page 100. All right. Here in the description or notes section, you can just make a notation. Starts at 100. All right, let's leave that the same. Now, here you'll notice from for all you previous Profit Spy users, you'll remember that there used to be an any and all words selection, which would basically, scrape just about anything. Okay, we decided to get rid of that because it just wasn't useful. It would bring back maybe 10 or 20% of matching results, and a lot of people were accidentally selecting it or leaving it and setting their fixed profit margin and hit start scraping, and then they were wondering why they weren't getting a lot of apples to apples comparisons, because they were leaving this at all words. So it's really not needed. We decided to get rid of it, so now the minimum you can select are the first 2 words. Again, I recommend you stay within the zone of 5 to 7. But again, if you want to just scrape as many products as possible, you can go to 2. If you're going to be extremely strict, you can go to up to 8 or 9 or 10. I wouldn't even delve into anything past 10 words though. Okay, so yeah, that's been removed. All right, and then you just hit save and start. So let me see. Let's go 5, 10. Okay. Okay. This is loaded up. It's going to go to page 100. Well, actually, it's starting at 100. All right, we're going to refresh here. And there we go. We start at page 100 to 200. All right, this is just total 400 because, well, that's what Amazon's telling us. It's 400. This is sometimes irrelevant. Sometimes when you get to 400, it'll continue past that to 500, 600, and so on and so forth. So you can see if you had a scraper that was unlimited, it could go on for a very long time, and it's really, again, not worth it. Okay, now I also want to add that the scraping process is significantly faster. I would go as far to say 50% faster than it was in the previous version of 1.6. Also, when you stop a scraper, you'll see the loader that it says 10 to 60 seconds. It's a thing of the past. You're just going to stop it. It usually just takes a few seconds. See, like so. Usually just between 1 and 5 seconds to stop. So that about does it for today's upgrade video. This is John Hinkle with Arbitrage Profit Spy, signing off.